Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to North East Water's community webinar series. In today's webinar, we will explore North East Water's customer support program. My name is Jo Murdoch, and I'm the Managing Director at North East Water, and I'm delighted to have you with us today. North East Water acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands and waters on which we operate and are meeting today. We pay our respects to elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people on this webinar here with us today. Now, before I get started, I would like to go over a few housekeeping items so that we have a smooth session. So please note that all audience members will actually have their cameras and their microphones switched off for this webinar. We are recording today, and this recording will be available via our website after the session. And we'll send you a link to that recording so that you can either watch it again or share it with others, and we really encourage you to do that. And at towards the end of the presentation, we'll encourage you to ask questions. So you can submit your questions at any time using the Q&A function in this webinar, and we'll address as many questions as we possibly can throughout this webinar. So before we dive into our main topic, I would like to give you a brief overview of North East Water and what we do. Now, essentially, North East Water plans for and provides critical water and wastewater sewage services to 39 towns across a 20,000 square kilometre region. We service over 120,000 people, ensuring that all our customers have high quality, clean and safe drinking water. We operate 21 water treatment plants and 22 wastewater treatment plants, and our assets are valued at over $1.6 billion. We are committed to using 100% renewable energy from July 1, 2025, so next year, and net zero emissions by 2035. And importantly for this webinar, we're also committed to meeting our customer service charter, and in particular, supporting customers who are experiencing hardship. And we'll hear today how North East Water is helping thousands of customers each year. We also have one of the lowest water bills in Victoria and in fact across the nation. So our average residential bill in 24-25 is around about $1,040 per year. And we are currently engaging our customers and community right now on our next price submission, which will determine our services and our fees and our charges from July 1, 2026. And this process is independently regulated by the Essential Services Commission. And if you're interested, and we hope you are, you can have your say in a number of ways. Simply just go to our website to find out how you can contribute. We also survey 2,000 customers a year, and from this we know that customer satisfaction with our services is around 94%, and we sincerely thank our customers for their trust and support. And finally, we are proud to employ over 2,000 local employees who every one of them provide exceptional service and support to our community. Now, I just wanted to provide a bit of background about our strategic direction at North East Water before we hear about the customer support program. We, following a year of extensive engagement with customers and key stakeholders, North East Water proudly launched its new corporate strategy earlier this year. Strategy 2040 articulates North East Water's vision for the future, and that's a future where we proactively foster a healthy environment, a thriving community and a prosperous region. Today, we are going to be focusing on a key element of our thriving community ambition, our customer support program. Strategy 2040 also clearly defines North East Water's purpose, and that purpose is we're here to deliver safe, sustainable water and wastewater solutions for our communities. And it's solutions, not just services, so solutions to opportunities and challenges that we're facing each and every day. So why do we have a strategy? Well, Strategy 2040 is a direct response to those significant opportunities and challenges posed, for example, by climate change, population growth, technological advancement, and evolving customer and community expectations. And our approach focuses on ensuring our region has secure water for the future, delivering services that are fair, accessible and affordable. And today's webinar will give you some examples of that, reducing our impact on the environment and valuing our First Nations people, our customers and our employees. And we might go to the next slide. So just very briefly, before we dive into our customer support program, I just wanted to show you how thriving communities is at the heart of our strategy. So we have 3 pillars, which are part of our vision: healthy environment, thriving communities and prosperous region. And the thriving communities ambition puts our customer experience, cultural connection and community trust and value right at the heart of our strategy. So thank you once again for joining us today to hear all about our customer support program. I'm really keen to hear from our 2 guest speakers next. I would now like to introduce my fellow presenters, Marnie Jones, General Manager, Customers and Culture, and Kerry Imlach, Coordinator, Customer Support. Thank you.
Thanks, Jo. So hi to everyone online. It's great to have you here on this community webinar. And as Jo said, I'm Marnie Jones. I'm our General Manager of Customer and Culture. So I, along with the Manager of Customer Experience and Kerry, our Coordinator of Customer Support, we lead a really incredibly capable, empathetic, dedicated team that support our customers, and in particular our vulnerable customers. And it's through many care and support programs, which on the next slide I'll elaborate a little bit more. So, for example, and I won't go into all of these because that will be Kerry, she's up next. But for example, this slide shows you the range of programs and services that we do offer our customers, and it's from payment plans, extensions to concessions, rebates and grants. We have a number of different options depending on our customers' circumstances. We're also very proud of the relationships that we've developed with our community support and counselling services as additional avenues of care and support for our customers. This includes great relationships with Anglicare, Upper Murray Family Care, the Orange Door and the Centre Against Violence. What I'll do now is I'll hand over to Kerry so she can talk about the support, care and programs in more detail.
Thanks, Marnie. Okay, so as Marnie did mention, we do have a dedicated team in the support area that do care about our customers experiencing hardship, and this includes domestic and family violence. We have a strong focus on early identification and proactive intervention. Also, as mentioned, we've built relationships with service providers, and we aim to continue to strengthen these so we can direct our customers to support pathways to the experts. The team is committed to our community service obligations, and we will continue to provide support for residential and non-residential customers identified as experiencing hardship. Okay, so how we supported our customers. So the team have had a very, very busy year. We have over 16,000 customers who have either a pension, a healthcare card, or a DVA concession card. And each quarter, we must validate these with Services Australia so the customers continue to receive the eligible rebates. So North East Water also has a customer support program where we can financially assist residential and small businesses who are experiencing financial payment difficulties. Now, this could be a once-off goodwill payment, or it could be North East Water financially contributing to the customer's payments. And we work very closely with our customers to set up affordable, at-capacity payment plans. So one of the programs we have is the Unexplained High Water Usage Leak Rebate, and this is funded by North East Water. Now, the leak rebate is capped at $2,000 per customer, which can be split over 2 quarters, and a customer is eligible every 5 years to apply for this leak rebate. There are a few terms and conditions, but we did have this one customer who rang up once and they were extremely distressed. they received a very high bill, and it was due to an unidentified leak, a leak under the ground, which they'd had fixed, but they had no idea how they were going to pay their water bill. So working with us, we worked out the leak calculation that they were entitled to, and it was the maximum $2,000. And this ended up putting that customer's water account in credit, which was an amazing outcome for North East Water and the customer. The Victorian Community Rebate Program. This was funded by the Department of Energy, Environment and Climate Action. Now, this program is targeted at vulnerable customers, so financially vulnerable customers. It's maxed at about just over $1,000, and a customer, again, can be eligible every 2 years. There's a few things we can do through this program, but we did have this one customer who rang us up and their meter was spinning when they weren't using any water, and this usually indicates that there is an internal leak at the property. The customer was in a terrible state. They just couldn't afford to get a plumber to come and find and fix this leak. So through the program, we engaged a plumber, and they identified that the customer had a single flush toilet that was leaking, and toilets can have a major impact on a customer's water bill. So we got the customer to replace that single flush with a dual flush toilet. And while the plumber was there, he also did a bit of a water audit, a look around the property and talked to the customer. So I had a chat with the customer about their water usage. And this was to look at water efficiencies that the customer may want to consider to help reduce their water usage. Victorian Utility Relief Grant, that's funded by the Department of Family Fairness and Housing. Now, this is a grant that's up to $650 every 2 years. It's for, again, financially vulnerable customers, mainly targeted at concession card customers, but low-income earners can also apply. And a customer can apply multiple times over a 2-year period until they reach that maximum of $650, and then it resets. Again, I've got a story about a customer. So we have customers who ring up every time they get a bill to see if they're eligible to apply, or if there's any top-up left out of that $650 that they can apply for. We do have this one customer who rings up every quarter to see about the top-up, and this customer over a 2-year period usually only has to pay 2 or 3 bills because the rest are covered by the Victorian Utility Relief Grant. As Marnie mentioned earlier, we do work closely with financial counsellors and other support services like Anglicare, Gateway Health, the Orange Door and Centre Against Violence. But we also support the Albury-Wodonga Regional Food Share by purchasing food share vouchers. And when we're working with a customer and they identify that they can't afford to buy groceries and pay their water bills, we can offer this customer a food share voucher. The vouchers, we have a $25 vouchers, but they're worth about $150 worth of groceries. So this is amazing for the customer, and it's also for the support we offer Albury-Wodonga Regional Food Share Voucher. So we are focused on building and maintaining our relationships. It's very important to customer support, and it's very important to North East Water. This graph, it comes from the Crime Statistics Agency Victoria for the period December 22 to December 23. Now, the blue bars, that's the domestic family violence incidence rate per 100,000 people in the local government authority areas. The gold bar at the end, that's the Victorian incident rate per 100,000 people. Now, that blue line, that's the percentage of domestic family violence incidents compared to the Victorian average. During that period of December 22 to December 23, Benalla was 82% above the Victorian average. Wodonga was 67% and Wangaratta was 48%. And that red line, that's the percentage shift in the domestic family violence incidents in the local government authority areas from the December 22 to December 23. Tawong had a 57% increase, whereas Benalla had a decrease of 8%, Wodonga and Wangaratta basically stayed steady. Now, when a customer identifies to us that they are experiencing domestic family violence, we can flag their account, we can add a verification access word, we can financially assist the customer, and in some instances, we can even waive the debt. But we do listen to our customers, and we don't do anything unless we speak to the customer first, and we confirm that these things we can do will not put that customer in further harm. We want to ensure we keep our customers safe. And as mentioned previously, we have built relationships with the Orange Joint Centre Against Violence for ease of referral pathways. But there is more information on our website, if you would like it, on our domestic and family violence policy, and you can see that in our help and advice at thenortheastwater.com.au. Thank you.
And just it's back over to me. So I'm really pleased to be able to share with you that we've been developing a customer care fair practice plan, and it outlines how we ensure that our services are safe for our customers, inclusive and accessible to customers of all circumstances and abilities, and especially those experiencing vulnerability. To develop the plan, we commenced a 5-month engagement project with customers, community services and advocacy organisations. And we actually heard a lot of information from all of those stakeholders, and it was things like bill shock, information about digital literacy challenges, climate change impact, isolation and visibility roadblocks. There was a really persistent conversation regarding incidents of family and domestic violence, cost of living concerns, housing affordability and housing availability, homelessness and high utility debt. The engagement process looked at what we do now and what our customers and community organisations would like us to do in the future, and especially considering those challenges that I just talked about. The plan also links to our Strategy 2040, and that's which Jo mentioned at the start of the presentation. And the plan will also help us inform actions for our next 5-year price submission. And Jo's going to talk about that after the Q&A session, which is next. And now I'll hand over to Jo. You're on.
Thanks, Marnie, and thank you, Kerry, for that great presentation. And I just want to reiterate North East Water's commitment to supporting any customer that needs help, that is experiencing vulnerability or difficulties paying their bill. Give us a call, and the great team here at North East Water will help you. I would like now to open up the webinar to any questions that we might have. And I'm just having a look to see if we've got any. And we do have one. This is from Troy. Thanks, Troy. How many customers does North East Water currently support through its financial assistance and hardship programs? And has there been an increase in demand in the past few years, over the past few years? And I think maybe Kerry for that question.
Thanks, Jo, and thanks, Troy. Yeah, look, that is a really interesting question. The number can vary of the customers we do support, and it can vary for, a number of reasons, but we don't knock anybody back. If a customer rings up and says, look, I'm struggling, I've got so many things happening, is there anything you can do to help me? We look at the whole range of support programs we have, and we align the programs to support that customer's needs. Interestingly, we are seeing customers contact us who have never reached out to us before. So these could be the 2 household incomes, but they could be low incomes, and it could be a medical issue. It could be anything that have put them in either short or long-term hardship, and they are reaching out to us. And like I said, we match our programs to support our customer needs.
Yeah, thanks, Kerry. I do have another question from Kadia. How does North East Water track and measure the success of its customer support programs in terms of helping customers manage their bills and stay on track with payments? Is that another one for you, Kerry?
Yeah, I can take that one. So tracking, so we look at feedback, we analyse any feedback we get from our customers. Marnie talked earlier about our customer support fair practice program that we've worked through, and we got a lot of feedback from our customers for that. So we analyse the feedback, we look at what we're doing, what our customers want us to do, and are our customers feeling supported? And if not, why? And we look at that and we take all that on. We do look at payment plans. Are we having an increase in payment plans? Are we having a decrease? Are we having failed payment plans? That's another indicator. And we look at the debt level when our customers actually enter into our support programs. Do they reach out to us when the debt is extremely high, or are they reaching out to us sooner? So there's a whole bunch of things we look at, and that's to gauge the success of the programs.
Yeah, thanks for that. Another question is from David. Has North East Water observed any trends in the types of customers seeking support, such as special demographics or towns? And I know we've heard about family violence, domestic and family violence, and I'd encourage any customer who is experiencing domestic or family violence to contact us, and we will confidentially support you through with our customer support program. But Kerry, are there any other trends or anything that you're seeing?
No, not actually trends. It's just the day-to-day cost of living. That's what we're hearing a lot. You know, as I said, you know, we're having customers who contact us who have never contacted us before. I guess one of the other things is tenants. We do get a lot of tenants who are ringing us due to perhaps leaks or other things that are happening within the property, and they're hesitant to go to the landlord. So they're coming to us first. So we are that first point of contact in a lot of instances.
Yeah, thanks, Kerry. And Marnie, I might just throw this one for you. How does North East Water ensure that customers who may not be aware of their financial assistance program, of our customer support programs, how are they informed and able to access support?
Yeah, thanks, Jo. So there's a few ways we inform customers. So we do media campaigns on social media, and we also have our Splash newsletter, which goes out with invoices. So that's got a lot of information that's contained in it. And we also have built up really good relationships with other service providers that can share with their customers who are our customers the services and the support services that North East Water offers. So there's quite a few, and there's also our website, Jo. There's also us as staff members. You can give us a call and we can direct customers to the right area for support. So there's lots of ways to find out what we do.
Yeah, terrific. And anybody listening to this call, please spread the message that we do have a customer support program, because we want as many people as possible to know. That question was from Jamie, so thanks, Jamie. I have one more question. And this might be from both of you, whoever wants to answer, but what feedback have you received from customers who have used the support program, and how has that feedback been incorporated into the way into service improvement?
I'll hand that one over to Kerry, because Kerry gets a lot of feedback from our customers, which is amazing.
Our customers are very supportive of the programs we have. They're usually in awe. Oh my goodness, you know, I just can't believe you have so many programs to help me. So their feedback is amazing, but again, we listen to their feedback, because not all feedback's good, naturally, and we want constructive feedback so we know how we can improve our services. So we do listen to our customers, and we, you know, some changes, some things our customers ask for may be an easy fix, other things may take a little bit longer, but we listen to our customers. But on the whole, the support, the feedback we get is very, very supportive. And again, like Jo said, we tell our customers, spread the word. We have these amazing programs. We care about you, and we want to help.
Yeah, fantastic. And I just want to say thank you to you and the team, Marnie, Kerry, and all the staff in the customer support program. You do an amazing job, I know, because I've heard some of the de-identified and confidential examples of what some of the work that you do, and it's amazing. So I just want to say thank you. Now, I think that's the end of our questions. I might just what I wouldn't mind doing is just talking a little bit about our price submission process. So one of the things that I mentioned at the start of this webinar that we're currently doing is we are currently engaging our customers and communities to help shape our water and sewer services from 2026. And that includes our customer services and our customer support services. Now, for our price submission process, what that means is that from July 1, we'll have new prices set. And you heard me at the start say that we have some of the lowest prices in the state and across the country at the moment, but we are due to revisit those prices and set new prices from 2026. But importantly, when we do that, we do want to and need to engage with our customers and community. And we've been doing a lot of things so far. We've hosted 17 community pop-up, we call them community pop-up kiosks out in the various towns across our region. We've had online focus groups and we've had surveys. We've got a bill simulator out at the moment. So you can go online and actually not only do a survey for us, but you can also look at what your preferences are in terms of our services and what you'd be willing to pay. And we're doing many other things. We are focusing our focus groups are focused on older customers, renters, customers experiencing difficulty, and we've just had a session on that today. New customers, customers living with disabilities, younger customers, and other groups. So how can you get involved? You can go to our website, which is newater.com.au, and click on the Our Price Submission tab, and you can find out all about the ways that you can get involved. And in particular, you can do a priority survey, which is open at the moment, or try our bill simulator that I mentioned before. You can also sign up to our deliberative panel, which we're having in March next year, and we are looking for a good representation from our customers from right across the region. So there's plenty of ways that you can actually contribute to our prices into the future. But one thing I will say is that North East Water is committed to continuing and improving and expanding our customer support programs into the future to help customers who need it the most. And that brings us to the end of the webinar. We're right on time, and I would like to thank everybody who's come along to here today, and if you're having to listen to this webinar sometime in the future. But thank you, Kerry and Marnie, and thanks to everybody who provided your very thoughtful questions today. Now, if you'd like more information about our customer support program, you can certainly find out more information on our website. Now, before we conclude, your feedback about this webinar is important to us and will help us improve future community webinars. Can I ask that you take a moment to complete a short survey, and all you need to do is use your phone and click on the QR code, which is on your screens now, or via a link that will be included in an email that we'll send you after this webinar. We'll also give you a link to the recording of today's session, so you can share that with your colleagues and friends. You can stay informed about all things North East Water on our website. And if you have any further questions or need more information about anything you've learned today, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. So thank you so much to everybody for attending today's webinar. We hope you found this session informative, and we look forward to seeing you at our future webinars. Have a great afternoon, everyone.